kicks, new subs, new clicks, new dubs, new poll, new max, new vid, old stacks, all goes to old cat. She's a major chunk, just check fat. She protect, she attack, watch out, she fight back. Shard funeral, all black, buying out every pack, every epic, that's a fact. 2 key O-trick, count on that. Lucky like a devil's pact. Iris blood in these vessel tracks. Roll a 7 when I'm shooting craps. Popping ancient time to react. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hearts racing, Poe, Ray, it's palpitating. Triple ricked off, major hating. Trickle, ripple, martyr gating. Tricky minto, long time waiting. 5 on minto, lungs are fading. Earned it, now I'm claiming. So now I actually have to do a video, but that took like 3 hours. It's going to be a especially fun video. I'm going to go over 2019 in review. I'm going to just give my general opinion on how I think the game's developing. I am also going to go ahead and let you guys know where I am at on my account, let you see my my index. I'm going to let you see the champions I currently have built, what's going on next, and just kind of give everyone a general full view of me, my account, the game, so that moving into 2020, we can all easily be on the same page. Also, speaking of 2020, Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy 2020, all that garbage that I got to say to the community. There you go. Also, I want to show you guys how the studio has improved since April. Really, this a YouTube channel got started in April, and the studio now is actually pretty ridiculous. So if you stay all the way to the end of the video, I'll change the lens on the camera. That way it's more of a wide angle lens, and I'll let you guys kind of see my setup. So that basically sums up my 2019. I open shards and get to this point. I'm just joking. Jokes aside, 2019's been pretty fun as far as Raid Shadow Legends go. I actually started with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and then moved into Raid Shadow Legends right around, I think I was around 7,000 subscribers when I started getting interested in Raid. And Raid has been very good for me, the channel. It's actually been very fun. It's a little bit more of like a gambling type of game, which you guys know I like to do that type of stuff. So that's been very enjoyable. And if we actually look here at my account, I wanted to show you guys where we're currently at because we hit a really cool milestone. If you look, I now have all the epics in the game. So I have all those, and it took me, I think I'm just about at $10,000 spent. I've been keeping rough track in my head. I have not actually gone and looked in like a couple months, so I could be off, but I want to show you guys, it takes that much time, money, effort, whatever you want to say, stupidity, for lack of better terms, to get that many epics. Granted, you could say I'm unlucky, you could say I'm lucky. I don't actually know, but regardless, it isn't kind of an interesting little fact. Okay, I'm missing this one for the end. I'll get her when the Amazon Prime thing comes in. But just kind of an interesting tidbit. If you guys want to know, in 2019, what about $10,000 spent in a mobile game will do in this game, it's almost all the characters, basically almost everything. I'm missing like, you know, some legendaries, but all the epics, all the rares, including the void ones. I mean, we're missing most of like the god tier legendaries. I haven't been really chasing Vizier that much. The ones I really wanted that I have not got, I'll show you the ones that I'm missing. Martyr's definitely number one. I've been trying to get Martyr for like forever. And then obviously Venus and Santa Claus. Okay. Roshkar would be nice, but I'm not really that concerned about them. Raglan would be great. But the ones I really want, okay, I'm just going to limit to the ones I really want that I didn't get, was Martyr, Venus, and Santa Claus. All three of those are like on the same level for me, okay? Dracomorph here. And where is he? Kymar. And Kymar. I did really want Drexler too, and I didn't get Drexler. But really, if I got Kymar, Martyr, I'm basically done. I mean, you guys can see that's at where my roster's at, okay? So everything else is just for fun or for content, or I'm on streams pulling stuff, etc. So that is where my main account is at as far as the index goes. Here's the characters that are far as built. So if we look, Torment, Arbiter, I mean, Gurgo. I'm not going to go through all these characters. I'm just going to scroll through slowly. You can take a look if you want to see. You've already seen my index, so you know really what I have, but now you can kind of see what I have built. And you'll notice I've built a lot of duplicates. So like I have 3 Macabs built to 60. I have 3 Richtoffs. I have 3 Nethros. I'm not like flexing that. What I'm doing is I'm telling you I've built multiple duplicates because I wanted to find out, are duplicates good? Like I have 4 Skull Crowns, right? So if you look, and I tried to figure this out because I really wanted to know if you build duplicates, like how good are they? And for the most part, duplicates are almost useless. There's a few exceptions to the rule, like Royal Guards, Skull Crowns, Rays if you have them, etc. But for the most part, I've tried to build duplicates. I have 3 Nethros. The Nethros work good in Faction Wars. I'm on like stage 20 of Faction Wars now. But for the most part, duplicates are kind of meh, okay? And that's where, now that you've seen my roster, you've kind of see what I had. That's kind of where we're going to start walking away from me and my account, and let's talk about the game and what I think needs to change in 2020. Okay, so the major thing that needs to change is right what we were talking about, which is duplicates. I have seen more of my large spending friends, and I mean people that spend more money than I do, and I spend like faux stupidity level. I have seen those people quit due to the fact that duplicate legendaries have basically no meaning. Essentially, if you're a well, a lot of wells don't admit it, but you do actually pay for the feeling of like dopamine when a legendary opens. Half the time you're paying for that. Half the time you're paying for the character that actually comes out. Now, some of the more hardcore people would disagree and be like, I'm only opening shards to Pomar. That's totally true. But like a lot of the casual wells open to get excited, okay? And they don't necessarily beat most of the in-game stuff. I mean, they're not out there grinding Faction Wars. They might not even be getting the top chest in, Ultra Nightmare, but they spent $5,000 to give you an idea. Now, because of that, it makes it difficult for those players, and to be honest, these are Raid Shadow Legends target market. You would think they would be acutely aware of this. It makes it difficult for those players to dump insane amounts of money consistently, because as they do, they eventually get frustrated / angry at the game because they feel like they're not getting anything when they get that dopamine rush. It's stealing from them the excitement, because when they see their second Lugan, they cannot rationalize to themselves and say, this is my 4th Richthof the Bold, but you know what? I can crunch 5 of them when I get my 5th one, and I'll get one random legendary again, and maybe that random legendary will be Richthof one more time, but at least you can trick yourself into believing that the stupid amounts of money you are spending, you are getting something back. Unfortunately, Raid Shadow Legends has failed to grasp upon this concept and realize that when you are giving something to people who will blind themselves and tell themselves it's a good deal. Like myself, I'll say the New Year's pack for $50 is a good deal, when any reasonable person who doesn't play this game would probably laugh, right? So the reason that we can do that is because we can say we're getting value back. But once you hit the point of all the legendaries, or most of them at least, and you're only sniping for the end ones, when you pull duplicates, not only are you not receiving value, it's almost insulting. And for that reason, you turn off a lot of your high expenditure players, and I guess this guy's getting a shout out. And that's just my personal thing. If I had to say a New Year's resolution for Raid, the one and only New Year's resolution would be, please add some major benefit for duplicate legendaries other than Faction Wars argument. I really do not want to hear, but you can use it in Faction Wars. Really, I'm going to keep it very simple today. I'm just going to say for Raid, 2019 was a good solid launch, a little bit of a bumpy middle road, and I think they kind of are picking it back up towards the end of the year. I think they've been a little bit more generous than the general community probably will admit with the gifts. I mean, like 10 million silver is a pretty big deal. I noticed that on my free-to-play account, just the gifts alone were enough to give me like a huge boost. I mean, granted, everyone's gonna give me shit because I put Sir Nicholas. Yeah, that's fair. But I'm talking like the chickens, the silver, all that, the energy, even the Amazon Prime deal that's coming out now. So I do think that 2019 was all right. Definitely some bumpy spots, but I think they're picking it up. And in 2020, the one and only thing I want to see is duplicate legendaries have to do something. Just for me, greedily as a well, and have seen if they want to keep their large chunks of revenue coming from people that I see. I'm talking $40,000, $50,000 spenders I've seen quit, and multiple of these people just for the exact same reason months and months ago. So anyway. Okay, guys. So I love you. Let me go ahead and show you kind of my studio setup here real quick. So I'll give you a quick walkthrough of how I do my stuff, and then that will be a good wrap up. And after that, we'll close with some closing points, some Happy New Year stuff. And yeah, here we go. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to kind of walk you through my studio setup here. For the people that are curious, I've had people ask me how everything works. So I'll do my best to explain it for you. And I'll start from where you guys are at. So this is going to be a MTV Cribs, although I don't know if I can say that, I can demonetize. Okay, so for the headset, I use Audio-Technica MH50s. I am a big fan of those. The monitor is a CR49. It's like a 5K ultra wide type of deal for editing and whatnot. Then I use just like this is just like the standard like arm, you know, for the microphones. I think it's like a Rode ESA1, I think. And then this is a Shure SM7B microphone, which I then run through a CL1 cloud lifter, which kind of gives it some additional gain since the microphone has a really low floor. Then that runs into over here is my Roland Rubix 44. It's like a preamp or a USB interface if you're familiar with that. I also use a Stream Deck. I'll take a photo and I'll throw it up, you know, from where I'm standing right here on the screen now. So that way you can kind of see what it looks like from where I'm standing. I use a Stream Deck on the left here next to the controller. And that helps me do like the camera transitions and stuff when I'm streaming. Then I just use like a normal mouse, keyboard, whatever. And yeah, that's what it looks like from where I'm at here. As far as the computer I use, I just got a new computer. I went with a prefab from iBuyPower because they had a cheap one. I'm not sponsored or anything. They just had to happen to have a cheap one that like someone canceled on. And I got it was like $2,400, but it had a really good build. It had like a Ryzen 9 3900, the 2080 Ti, liquid cooled. Like the whole thing's liquid cooled, 32 gigs of RAM, and you know it's got a good motherboard. I like Asus parts, so I happen to have like all the Asus parts I wanted, and so I was like, oh, that's right in my price range. So shout out to Dragon Champions. Thank you guys for downloading and playing Dragon Champions, because that basically paid for the studio setup, and now I'm broke again. But hey, your boy is set up. And just like the last couple things is I use a MacBook Pro with Final Cut Pro for editing mobile if I'm not at home. But I mean, most of the time I just edit from at home because I prefer editing from home. I use Adobe Premiere. And then for the music that sometimes you guys hear, sometimes I'll play my own music and I record it with like either my piano here or I have like GarageBand and some other musical software I use. And yeah, that's really about it. I have a few other pieces of hardware arriving soon, like MIDI, so I can plug it into the preamp interface and stuff. And I'll be able to play more music, live stream, things of that nature. So I've really been working hard that going into 2020, the content production quality, like you see in the beginning of this video, is going to go up and up and up. I'm trying to make this a channel that if you follow me, everything I do will either be entertaining or at a minimum have a base level of quality to it. So thank you guys very much for watching these videos, liking them, subbing them, commenting, subscribing, Patreoning, donating, Twittering, all this stupid stuff, right? All the stuff that we as people who sit in front of these all day, and this is what we do with our life, all that stuff helps me get set up. So now I am basically completely done. I've got everything I need, you know, within reason. Even some stuff not within reason, like I wanted a big, stupid monitor, just because, I mean, you should see how editing is from it. It's super easy now. But I just want to say a huge shout out and thanks to everyone who, even if you just view without liking or even being a subscriber, even if you just view one time, one video, okay, one time, no whammies on a video, thank you. Because all of you people, it's just cool. Like, I never thought I would actually be doing this, you know. I kind of thought I'd be slaving away, you know, as a security guard or something stupid with my life. So anyway, guys, I love you. And I'll see you on the live stream. I'll probably do a live stream right after this video. So there you go. Bye-bye.